Hello everyone, welcome to another T-Man 978 show review. I'm your host slash reviewer, T-Man 978, and today I'm going to be reviewing Bandai's Power Ranger Legacy Collection, Green Ranger. This is the first Green Ranger, at least the first US Green Ranger. But anyway, I've been on the fence as far as this toy ever since I opened it. And with all the win it has, I almost feel ashamed about being on the fence about it because it has so much good stuff going for it. It's like, why am I feeling unsatisfied? But anyway, first things first, let's take a look at this packaging. And as you can see, here is a nice picture of the Green Ranger right there playing his Dragon Dagger. It wraps around to about here. And to be 100% honest with you, this packaging isn't very collector friendly in my opinion. It has Legacy Collector's Edition right there, or Legacy Collection Green Ranger right there. And just this picture right here showing you that the regular 5 Rangers come with a Build-A-Figure piece that build the Dino Megazord. But there's like no bio or anything for the actual character, which is kind of boring to be honest. So, and did I say the material it's made out of is bad? If I didn't, it's very flimsy. But here are the Rangers that are out right now that you can get. Red Ranger and Green Ranger are the only two Mighty Morphin, and then these are the Ninja Storm, and they have a totally different Build-A-Figure that they come with. About a week ago, my friend Starscreamer Dave, Kira's dad, hi Kira, how are you doing today? Good. Anyway, he put me on to a reviewer named Daybreak748, and he was reviewing this guy, and he knew what that would do for me. He knew it would make me want to buy these, because I haven't been buying any Power Rangers figures because they've been lackluster as far as articulation. But this thing is bigger than Marvel Legends, the same price as Marvel Legends, and has way more articulations than Marvel Legends. So let's get into that. The head can look down, it can look up. The neck is capable of turning, but is very difficult because of this gold chest guard right there. I actually turned the neck by accident, and I was able to turn it back, so I know it works, but it's very hard for me to even demonstrate that. The shoulders are in 2 points, so they can go out and swivel. They're hindered by this, of course. And they only go up this far. I think it's due to this weird molding that I don't think he should have anyway. It's not specific to him. It has bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The cuff of the gloves actually rotates, and then it has 3 points in the wrist because it has a universal ball joint right there. So you can do this right here, or you could twist it and they can go in and out. So that's very cool right there. His back can crunch back that far and crunch forward. And the way they designed this crest, they have it lift out instead of like this, so that he can bend forward, and it accommodates for that. He has waist rotation that stops here, so you can't do a 360. Hips are on a ball joint. He can do the full splits, which is very cool. One design choice I don't like, instead of making this an all-the-way solid piece of green plastic, the ball joint is actually white in there. So I don't know why they made that white. If it wasn't in my lighting right now, and I don't know how this is going to be in a review, you could really see that depending on how far back you kick his legs, which I don't like. He has thigh swivel, which I haven't been using much because the ball joint is so awesome. You really don't even need the thigh swivel that much. Double jointed knees, boot cut, and the foot hinges down and swivel, which is awesome. But I think one of my problems or my disappointment with this figure is, even though it's made with some good plastic, the paintwork is awesome, as you probably noticed yourself. Only paint that's kind of sloppy is on his morpher right there, where you see the gold bleeding off and some red up there. Like they even painted this crest in his forehead gold with a red dot in the middle. Like, they didn't paint these dragon teeth silver. They're supposed to be silver, as you can see right here in the package artwork, or would hope you could see. Yeah, there it is right there. But they didn't paint that. But the gold rings he had on his outfit in the show, that's actually molded. That's not painted. Even though I do think all these figures share the same body. I don't believe the regular red, blue, and black Rangers have the gold bands, so that's unique to him. But a lot of this stuff is molded, like this ring around his gloves, that's molded, that's nice. The ring around the boot is molded, it's not just painted. And you know, if like Marvel Legends, they cut some corners and just paint that on. And even this right here, that's molded in. So that's very cool. Here's the belt buckle right there, molded in. So that's nice. And this holster for his dragon dagger, which is well sculpted and pretty much spot on. It even has the holes that wrap around to there and the one little hole right there. They didn't paint these buttons on there, but that's cool. Now he comes with a set of dragon dagger playing hands, which look like this. The regular fist looks like a bike riding hand or just straight up weapon holding hands. One thing weird about these hands, they're excellently molded right there, but then you come on this side and there is no detail, which is completely weird. The hands pop off very easy, but this little tiny ball joint scares the crap out of me. It seems you have to like tilt it a certain way and then push in on it and then force it the rest of the way. Now what you're supposed to do with these hands is put the dragon dagger right there and put it up to his mouth so he can blow in it to call the Dragon Zord, and maybe put this hand over here to push the buttons. I mean, if you work with it and play with it, you can get it to where you need it to be, but these hands don't hold the dragon dagger well at all, so it's just wibbly wobbly in there. I mean, right now, all of a sudden, now that I'm filming, it's working better, but I couldn't get him to hold it in his hand worth crap before. But so, I don't know what I did to fix that. His last accessory is this Sword of Darkness, which is nicely painted, but it's made out of a super pliable material. So definitely keep this away from heat and keep it straight up and down somewhere. But as you can see, the detail makes it look sharp, which is very nice. And that's very good. The gripping hands, as you can see, do a good job of holding these weapons. I really like that. But I don't know, it's something. Here's my problem. The ankles, just to reiterate, the ankles are kind of loose and the knees are kind of loose. The head moves a little bit looser than I'd like. And I think that's my problem. Trying to pose him has been difficult, and I can't imagine that my figure is probably the only one like this. I don't know. If anybody bought those classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze figures, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those things have very loose hips. They're made out of good, decent plastic, but the limbs are like so loose, it's so hard to stand them up. Luckily, though, unlike them, he can hold his weapons. And let's just to show you, here he is with the dragon dagger. I mean, it just goes straight in his hand. I'm not sure which way is accurate for him to hold for slicing and dicing with the dragon dagger, but he can hold it nicely. For a size comparison, here he is against a Marvel Legends figure, which is supposed to be a 6-inch figure line. Red Hood, which is part of Arkham Knight's DC Collectibles figures, which is like a 7-inch figure line. And classic Secret of the Ooze Raphael right there. I'm guessing he's a little bit over a 6-inch line because he's pretty much the same height maybe like a hair shorter than the Green Ranger. One thing to mention before my closing thoughts, the shoulders don't go all the way out to the side, but since they're pretty much covered by this gold thing right here, you can flip this around and cheat to get his arms up to the position you need them to be at. So that's very good. Also, one thing that's odd or off as far as Power Rangers are concerned, six-pack abs. They never had that in the show. I mean, their outfit was really tight, but not that daggone tight where you saw like the definition of muscle. You never seen that in any of the Power Rangers outfits that, to my recollection. So in the end, I was kind of a little bit nitpicky, but this is still a cool figure. And if you try, you can find some good looking poses. Like I did take some pictures of this guy that were kind of better than some of the poses I pulled off right here in this review. But it is a nice looking figure. And it's easy enough to fill out those teeth with a silver Sharpie. But I think the thing that would have made this thing super duper good to me out of the box is if it came with some straight up judo chop hands and some fisted hands, some closed tight fist hands. If they would have included those, he could have gotten definitely some more martial art poses without the aids of holding swords and whatnot, but they did put two different swords in the packaging, so maybe I should shut up and accept what I got. Because it is really good for 20 bucks, to be honest. The sculpt is nice, tons of articulation. The paintwork is very good. The color of the plastic and the plastic quality is good. It's just the knees are a little bit weak and the ankles, and maybe I can fix that. But I would buy him. He comes to a case because they know this is a popular character. They come 6 in a case, but Green Ranger is the only one who gets a duplicate so far. So be on the lookout. I found him at Target, and I'll put his well, actually, here, take a look at this. Pause right here, and if you want to find this in Target, put your phone up to their little scanner device. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by clicking the like button. I can't know you enjoyed it if you didn't click the like button. Also, if you want to see the other Power Rangers, they're featured in this toy hunt I did. That's my latest toy hunt, Toy Hunt 30. And if you want to, watch this Mewtwo review down there. I actually liked him. He's very cool. Check that out. Anyway, subscribe, share, comment. I read my comments and I reply to my comments. T-Man978, out of here. Thanks for watching.